You're listening to 419 Education and Training Need to Connect podcast. Hello, everyone. This is Davonna Willis with 419 Education and Training and the Need to Connect podcast. And we are here to talk about the Black Massage Therapist Conference. So I have Trina and Miss LaToya. And so if you guys attended, you know Trina is our event planner and Toya is my co-organizer. And we're here to just talk about the highlight reel of the conference. So first and foremost, before we get started, a little bit housekeeping, because you know I always like to do some housekeeping. One, we just would like to thank AMTA for being our gold sponsor for this year. We're so appreciative of all that you have done for us, and we just love that your whole team showed up and supported us, and it was a great time, and we are so happy that you have decided to actually support us again for the third year in 2025. So thank you so much. So just wanted to give a shout out to AMTA. Hey everyone, Davonna Willis here with 419 Education and Training and the Black Massage Therapist Conference. This is the Need to Connect podcast, and I'm here with Derek from AMTA. We're doing it again, year two.
I'm excited to be back.
Yeah.
Thanks for allowing us to be here.
How do you like it?
I'm having a great time so far. Love seeing some of the familiar faces from last year, meeting some new faces for this year. My perspective on this conference is maybe different from everyone else's because I'm not a massage therapist.
All right, he's not a massage therapist.
So it allows me an opportunity to hear about some of the experiences that our people face when they're trying to either break through in the massage therapy industry, and also for those veterans that have been in the industry for quite some time. So it allows me an opportunity to hear and be able to take back some of that information to my association so that we can figure out new and better ways to support this group.
And then we appreciate that. So now that you've been here for 2 years, what is one big takeaway that you've noticed the difference from last year to this year?
Oh, I mean, the size for sure. The exhibit area for sure. I mean, the hotel is different. The hotel is great. So I feel like the number of, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, the number of exhibitors probably has more than doubled?
It has doubled.
Right, more than doubled. So I appreciate seeing all of the new businesses coming out to support the efforts of your organization and of this conference. And like I said, I'm just glad AMTA is, able to be a part of it.
And so what would you say to an exhibitor or a sponsor that we're trying to get in for next year? And how would you say how they should support for next year?
Well, I would say, what are you waiting for? That's my first question. And then also, even if being an exhibitor on the floor isn't a thing for you, I'm sure there are multiple ways that you can support the Black Massage Therapist Conference simply by reaching out to Davonna and her team.
Absolutely. So thank you so much, Derek, for coming. AMTA.
Thank you.
You guys are the best. Appreciate you.
Thank you.
I have with me Miss Stephanie from the AMTA as our premier gold sponsor. So tell me, what do you think about this year?
It exceeded my expectations.
Oh, no, thank you.
It is so much bigger. There are a lot more people. You can tell that starting from the end of last year that you intentionally thought of what you wanted to see. And I can't assume, but I'm going to assume that this is what you envision.
Right.
So it's great so far.
Thank you. And so as we're trying to recruit more sponsors and exhibitors for next year, what would you say to them and why they should be a part of the conference for next year?
So to them, I would say that oftentimes we say we support diversity, we say we support inclusion,
right.
But at some point we have to put some action behind what we say.
Right.
So if you are a company or individual that says you support diversity and inclusion, as Davonna tells us and continues to tell us, only 8% of massage therapists are African American.
Yes.
So this is the community that you need to come and support. You need to come and be amongst the therapists here to find out what they need,
right.
Because we cannot find what they need behind an office,
right.
Or from another place. You have to be in the building to find out those things.
I appreciate that. That's great. Thank you so much for Stephanie for attending. The beautiful, fantastic Miss Taffy representing ABNP as this year's bronze sponsor. So tell me, Taffy, how you feel about this year's conference?
Unbelievable. Davonna, I got to come to year one. Year two is blowing it out. I mean, you've doubled the size of attendance. The energy in the room is palpable and it's so meaningful. And I just feel really honored to be a part of it. And I just want to say thank you on behalf of everybody at ABNP. Thank you for letting us be a part of it.
Thank you. Yeah. I appreciate it. And so what is like two major things which you would say to another potential sponsor or exhibitor to participate for next year?
Oh my gosh, to a sponsor to participate for next year. I would say, for one, the connection with this amazing group of people has really been a beautiful experience. And they really want to learn, they want to experience, they want to grow, they want to share. And so that's really valuable as a sponsor because you get the chance to really connect in a heartfelt level with people.
Right.
And other than that, the energy and the way that you put it together, you can't go wrong being a sponsor at this event.
Awesome. So thank you so much. I really appreciate it. And it's great to see you again.
You too, Miss Davonna.
Another little housekeeping. We did really well with I Am Black History t-shirts. We actually ran out of the smalls and the mediums. So if you guys still want them, we're going to put the link in the video so you guys can get them. You know, we so thankful that you guys decided to buy and support. It was great seeing people come on the stage when they won their awards with the I Am Black History and it's saying Black massage therapist on the back. It was really cool seeing all of that. So really appreciate that. And last but not least, a little plug. So I am selling a coloring book, self-care, just help with relaxation. The reason why this is so important to me because all of these pictures was hand drawn by my uncle. He is the artist. And so, yeah, this was pretty much his dream coming to reality. So if you can support Black business and Black artists, it's $25 because it is hand drawn and, you know, it was put a lot of love into this. And so all we would just ask for is shipping and handling. And so we'll have a link to that as well. All right. Enough of that.
Let's get into the tea.
Yes. So ladies, how you feel? We did it.
Absolutely great. I'm just jumping in because, you know, I'm always on like 120, right? Yeah. So I just, you know, want to say that this was amazing. I think you were sharing with one young lady that attended last year for the first time, and she was so amazed to be around so many Black people. I was just so amazed to be around so many Black people, but so in tune into what was going on. And the response and the camaraderie of everybody it blew my mind. Yes. I mean, it really did. I was thoroughly impressed and very honored, you know, to get to be a part of the team for 2024. So, yeah.
Thank you, Trina. And Toya, 2 years in a row.
It was a great turnout. I think the energy was there that we needed. You know, we did hit a lot of learning curves that we have taken into consideration. But overall, I think it was just wonderful. And I am so happy that people are excited for next year as well.
Absolutely. One of my biggest highlights for me was to see the excitement of the newbies coming for the first time and really not knowing what to expect. Because I was like, what you guys think that I'm putting together? You know, for them to be like blown away by just, you know, the room. Thank you, Trina, for the decor.
My pleasure.
Thanks to Toya's aunt, she did that beautiful.
It was beautiful
that people were taking pictures in front of, and it was just gorgeous. Just when you just first walked in, and so it was just mind blowing. Also, having the grant recipients.
My name is Teresa O'Brien, and I'm from Detroit, Michigan. I want to thank ABMP for being a sponsor of the Small Business Grant, $1,000 grant that I was so blessed to receive. Thank you for everything. It's really going to help me at this time of transition in my business as I'm expanding. I came to the EMT conference this year because I was here last year, the inaugural conference, and it just gave me a sense of such gratification and comfort to be among other Black massage therapists. One-of-a-kind event, one-of-a-kind environment that created a one-of-a-kind relationship opportunity that I really, really have enjoyed. So I'll be back next year too. To be in a room of other successful massage therapists of color, at my first time, it was overwhelming. Because as massage therapists, we tend to work in silos. We don't have a lot of opportunities sometimes, especially as a solopreneur, to be among other therapists. But this conference provides that very unique and important opportunity for relationships, for bonding, because we have a core understanding of our struggles that no one else can really relate to.
I always, you know, it's a blessing to be a blessing to others and to bless people who rightfully deserve it. So we had 2 student grant recipients as well as 2 business grant recipients. And to see those, that made my heart sing.
Speaking of money, like money was flowing throughout this conference. The gift cards were amazing. Yes. People were not giving out $50 or $100 gift cards. The minimum amount of a gift card was $200, and the maximum was like $700 and something for the conference down in Florida for the Massage Foundation. And it was just, our featured financial advisor was just throwing money and people were going crazy, just dishing money out all over the place. So like this was a very needed thing. So seeing that other companies that are, you know, dominant in this industry are dishing out this type of money to people because they really believe in us. A whole freaking massage table got given away by Cardone. Like that was just awesome. A whole $3,000 whole table.
Entire
that is electric.
There you go. Electric. It's not just a regular wooden table. This is an electric massage table. And that's the thing. I want to thank all of our sponsors, all of our exhibitors. We're going to have a highlight of all of those sponsors and exhibitors who came through. It was just, I'm so grateful because they see the worth, they see the importance of supporting this niche market, right? Because it's a niche, you know, Black massage therapists. First of all, sometimes to people might sound like a curse word, right? Because you're like,
I think you got to be bold with it. Right. And it definitely was learning for me as I dived in to start getting some ideas. You know, I'm finding all these other, you know, the Black Expo that's been going on for years in Chicago, you know, where I'm from. And so I'm like, it's okay. It's okay to have something separate, right? Because it's so needed. Then I ran into this channel called Aspire, right? I don't know about it. I don't watch a lot of TV, but it's talking about all the Black colleges. And I'm like, Davonna would love this right now, right? So I think it's very needed. I love that it's always about the community and support. So Davonna, like, how do you feel? Like, you did year 2, like, bam, it happened. Your vision came to life. Like, tell me a little bit about that. Like, how do you feel? Are you still floating, euphoric? What's up?
A little bit of both. I'm tired. That's just being honest. You put a whole event together, but I'm very happy. I'm proud of myself, my team. You know, you guys, and then all the back office ladies, they were great, you know, with top to bottom. And when you first, like we was talking about putting together like a Black massage therapist conference, it doesn't sound like it was going to be well received. And it wasn't in the beginning, I'm going to be honest. Mm-hmm. But year 2, people came out. I want us to come from not just the attendees, but the sponsors, the exhibitors, people who said they couldn't do it this year, but they want to come, you know, and support and be a part of it next year. So really to see, you know, my dream, God's dream, because this wasn't part of my business plan, come to pass, it's amazing. And I'm very grateful and gracious.
And we still have work to do. You know, we are just trying to bridge the gap of, you know, us against us, and thinking like, you know, coming amongst a lot of Black people can be chaotic or hectic. But in this, that, like what we've done, there is none of that. Everyone they're collaborating, they're networking, they're dancing together, and you get to see Davonna get out there and do all of her 80s dances, and you know, you're girl. See Trina do a split, like you get to do all these things.
She did do a split.
No video.
Oh my God! Say, bringing up that part, LaToya, for me. Excuse me. Like, my husband knew what was about to happen. He kind of like gave me a nod, and then when you heard everybody was like, "Yay!" I just thought that was amazing.
It was like so organic. It was not rehearsed. And I saw, you know, I've been with James and Trina for a while now, so I see their dynamic, and I saw him give her the head nod, like, I approve. It's okay. Like, you can do it, because he knows his wife. And sure enough, because he was our photographer, for those who don't know, they're a team. And when she did it, and literally, when I say you guys, everybody, this was at the closing ceremony at the very end. And we took a picture with everybody that was still here for the closing ceremony. And just organically, without even, it was just like, yay!
Oh, buddy.
The shot, got it on video. It was phenomenal. It was phenomenal. So that was fun. That was fun. So
that's what happened when you bring us together. Like, none of this is scripted, rehearsed, or anything. We're just naturally being ourselves. And I have had this feedback just talking to my dig. He was just saying, like, he just loved being there so much. And I mean, that's just how we are. Everybody was comfortable and able to be themselves, and that's all we asked for.
It's good. Yeah.
I am Tamika Merritt. I came to the Black Massage Therapy Conference last year, and I had an amazing experience. It was great networking with familiar faces this year, and so that was kind of my goal to coming back. I wanted to reconnect with those people, and the theme is building relationships, so I wanted to continue on progressing that as well.
It's a culture. It's culture, no matter where you come from, right? So you have people coming from, you know, East Coast, the South, you know, Midwest, West Coast, Canada. Right? Yeah. You know,
Kenya. Yes. He came all the way from Kenya, didn't he?
He did.
He flew from Kenya.
Oh, Benny.
Yes.
Yeah.
From Kenya.
Yes, he did. He did. Benny, our keynote. So we have to talk about him. But right before that, I was saying, like, coming from all different places, and then, but even though we're coming from all different places, to one is family.
Right.
It's just something about the culture, like, it's just certain things that it's just unexplainable, but as a culture, we get it no matter where we coming from.
Yeah.
In country, internationally, right? And like, I call her my sister from another mister, Danielle, coming from Canada.
Yes.
And like, we never met, but every time we talked or had our video conversation, it was like we was one, and it was just certain things that
was clicking.
It was just clicking. It's just love. And
then Tabby bringing up the things that we were thinking, and she said it about her barely making the cut.
Oh, that was good. I love that. I'm like, if she's trying to break the ice, it was like so she's like, me and Les barely made it in together. We barely made it in
together. Yeah, that was funny. But then now on the flip side, yes, Benny coming from Kenya. So let's talk about Mr. Vaughn. Mr. Vaughn, he's been in the industry for as long as I've been alive.
Yeah, 50 years, right? It'll be 50 years coming up.
Yeah, it'd be 50 years, and especially being an AMTA member. He's in his 50th, and it was good to see a resurgence for him because there was a lot of younger massage therapists who didn't even know who he was, or people just saw him in their books, right? Their textbooks. And I was so happy to see people coming up to him, paying homage to him, talking to him, giving him a hug, or just saying thank you. And it was really great. And he enjoyed himself so much. I saw it on his face.
One of the attendees, I believe in when we were doing a podcast live there, he was saying that it was such an honor to meet him and shake his hand because he was like his alma mater, right? He's been looking up to him. He's the reason why he got into his career. So to hear something like that and you're standing that close to somebody is like, that's only like a dream come true, right? You know, so I thought that was really key in the video when we were doing the podcast with you and that gentleman. So
yeah, I know exactly who that was. Now his name is John, and he's actually out here in Phoenix. He works at a massage. He's an instructor. He works at a massage school. So he's been in the industry for a long time too. And yes, he's seen. You know, he's just been looking at Benny from a distance, but to finally, after all these years, to actually be able to meet him and shake hands with him. And this is what the conference did. Had the opportunity for those two people to meet. And yeah, that's amazing. So I love to hear those stories. Yes.
Bridging the gap.
And Benny's assistant put the pressure on us to have Montel Jordan at the conference next year.
I'm going to make a few phone calls because Bonnie was like, Montel Jordan. I was like, calm down.
That was so funny. Wasn't that in the rehearsal?
Yeah, that was the one show we were doing. And I'm like, we're going to close it out with Montel Jordan. And the excitement on her face was like, really?
We're not there yet.
Benny was not expecting that. He had to laugh at that one because it was just like out of the way. Like,
that was so funny. We put it out there. Montel Jordan. I'm also going to put it out there. Andre 3000.
Yes.
Hey, that'll be good
because he has his new flute music that a lot of Black therapists has been listening to in their sessions. Who else? So I
want to give a shout out to Jessica, our makeup artist, and Todd, our photographer, because their match together was flawless with these headshots. I have been seeing people post their headshots and updating them as their profile pictures, and they have turned out so flawless. Flawless.
Yeah, for sure. Beautiful. Jessica,
She did.
She did.
She did. I got to shout out. Okay. I got to go ahead and give her the credit. She did. She came through. She did.
And it was important too, because my son was like, I hope you look like South after this. And I'm like,
somebody put a little bug in somebody's ear. I don't know who, but
yeah, I was like, yes, it's going to be natural. And I'm still gonna look like your mom. So he was happy with it. He was happy with it. So I also want to give a shout out to all of my speakers who came through. Yeah. So we were talking about Danielle, but we also had Mark coming from Canada. So those people, they drove down. They literally just left Mark's Canadian massage conference and came straight down for the conference of, you talk about dedication.
Absolutely.
Family, right? So that's their family. So I'm very grateful for that. And then we also had, how many speakers? Like 10? 10, 11?
Yeah.
I want to give a shout out to specifically, and to our 2 financial people.
Yes.
Because that part was very important to me coming into this year.
Yes.
Having financial literacy for us, and I'm going to continue that.
That's good.
Is very important. So my personal accountant came, Danielle.
Yeah.
And I was like, you know your stuff, but she was shy of public speaking. And I'm like, you're going to be fine. You're going to be fine. And her and I met this past week, and she said she had, I think it was like a breakfast or whatever. And when somebody asked her what she did and she just started going into what she did, they were like, you know your stuff. And then that's when the fear dropped of the public speaking.
Right.
And she did phenomenal. And then also Mr. Austria Compton, giving out the money. He is brilliant.
Yeah.
That's all I can say. He is brilliant. I love
I'm reading his book.
Yeah,
I'm reading
like my husband, my husband been telling me about stuff in his book. I called Al yesterday because I was like, all right, so here's what we need to do. And I already have stuff written down, and I got to get going on this stuff that he was telling us to do. Because when you're talking about financial literacy and you also talking about investment, you have to know it's not going to be a quick turnaround. So some of the things that we were talking about, he's like, it's going to be a 5 to 10 year. And I'm like, that's okay, because I want to be semi-retired in like 10 years. So this is going to jump off for me in about 10 years.
Yeah.
And I'm okay with that. Like, okay, that's fine if I'm doing the work now, right? And so what he did do, and I don't know if you guys knew this, and he just sent it to me, and I have to look over it, but he made an ebook to equate the body and finance. And I was like,
a book from massage therapists, and he breaks down, the body and how it relates to finance. Yes, he sent me the ebook before everybody else seen it.
Wow, I would like to see that.
So smart. And I just peeked at it because I'm talking to him today. Listen, he's like my new BFF. You got to thank you, Toya. Thank you for the intro, because those type of people, you have to hold on.
Yes, with your life.
When he was telling me stuff, I'm like, he's trying to get to the next level, and I'm trying to get to where he's at, right? So it's like there's
I had everybody at the conference that went to his table calling him Uncle Al.
There's this, right? And he is, so I'm speaking to him later on for something else. But yeah, I want to definitely give those, like specifically those 2 a shout out, because also, he's like, Davonna, in the beginning it was a little shaky because we have to get these classes approved, right? So a lot of you guys won't come unless a CE provided, like is a CE.
Right.
And, certain states don't care whether it's business or whatever, they're not going to approve it. But the speakers have to fill out an application. And it's a lot because I got to get this approved. And he was just like, Davonna, this is way too much. When I come and speak, I just come and speak. And I'm like, Please, like, I promise you, it'll be worth it. I promise you. And so he had a phenomenal time.
It was.
He had a phenomenal time. And so I was so great. I was grateful for that. So yeah, but shout out to all the speakers, ethics and sports and business. I taught the business and TMJ and Ayurveda. Did I say Ayurveda? Did I say it right? Cupping.
That was a class that people really enjoyed.
We're gonna have that again.
Yeah.
We definitely gonna have that again. So yeah, it was good. It was good. And so calling all instructors, and we're gonna be submitting like applications for new instructors, or if the instructors want to come back. So yeah, so I already have some ideas about next year, how we're gonna run things next year. And then like Toya said, some of the feedback, is growing pains. Any business is gonna go through some growing pains. Remember, I'm coming from one, being an athletic trainer in sports medicine. So that's one industry, totally different, medical orthopedics. Then massage therapy and running a massage practice for about 10 years. Then continuing education business, just starting right before COVID. Mm-hmm. Then throw into an event planning. So
you're doing all the things, Miss D, all the things.
The evolution of it all. The evolution of.
So when can we expect your book? When can we expect your book?
Yes, that's been something I've been toying with. Okay. That's
coming soon, ladies and gentlemen.
That's what I've been toying with. So yeah. So anything else you guys want to share about your insights? Anything you want to give hopes and aspirations for 2025?
Shout out to the Hilton for that food. Like, dinner was amazing. Oh my God, dinner was amazing.
It was off the chain. Can I say that? I don't sound like saying
are y'all doing seconds? Because somebody just oh my God, that food was so good.
So we found out they have a new chef from Jamaica.
Okay. Yeah.
That made all the sense in the world then.
Yeah. Yes.
All the sense in the world. Yeah. I've had people come to me during the dinner like, is this banquet food or what? And I'm like,
it was very good. And I had salmon, and James, my husband, he was like, that was the best piece of salmon. We offered dinner to someone else that came in, right? Because they made extra salmon. And he's like, Trina, if this food was not good, I would have been done eating. He cleaned his plate. It was amazing. So definitely a shout out. They did a great job with that. Because I've been to many hotels and many banquets, and it's like, you had chicken or salmon before, and it's like, that was amazing.
Yeah, so the food was definitely on point. Food was on point. What else? Anything else?
I want to just let you know, Davonna, that me personally, I got so many people that came up to me and they were just excited. They were saying this was the best thing they've ever been to. They loved the service. They were quoting me, please and thank you kindly. And, I'm like, I represent Davonna Willis, in 419 education and training. And so one person just was like there for like 2 whole minutes, just like going on and on. So I want you to know that people had a great time. They were excited. They were pleasantly pleased, from start to finish. They made comments about it being well organized. And so I want you to know all those things, because by you being in all these different places, you won't hear all this. So I think that we should come back to let you hear some of it, but it's so much more that you won't hear, right? And so for them to share with me, I want to share with you that kudos to you. You did an amazing job.
Thank you. Thank you. Appreciate it. I do want to shout out the unsung heroes, and that will be our volunteers.
Yes. Absolutely. And the volunteer leader, Miss Pam.
Mama Pam.
Yeah.
Mama Pam.
This lady.
I live here.
Yes.
It was good. It was good. That was a great group of people, a great team to work with.
Great.
I mean, they came in, Davonna, just going at it. Miss Dancy, I gotta just say her name. I looked over at one point and she was straddled across the table because we know how short she is, right?
Yeah.
Trying to help someone get into feed loop. And when I looked around to not have to tell anybody anything, I thought, my goodness, they making it so easy. So yeah. I hope they do that. I hope we get the same group or equivalent because it was amazing.
Right.
So y'all my unsung heroes and holding it down on the front line. So because people are people still.
Yeah.
They are. Yeah.
So so no. But yeah, we just wanted to do a quick just highlight of the conference. Looking forward to 2025. I thank everyone once again for your participation. And also, last but not least, and I didn't mention this, I want to also thank our donors because we had a lot of donors that came through as well. And so I want to thank all of our donors. So we did highlight you guys on our PowerPoint as it was looping around. Just wanted to show you, and also in our brochure, just want to say, with our exhibitors and with our sponsors, just to show you how much we appreciate you for supporting us on this journey. So
Yeah.
I think that's it, right?
Yeah, I think so. Is that it? Are we sure? And the winner is
Oh, one more thing. I'm just going to shout this out because this is, by the time this comes out, it's going to be gone, but I think it's still going to be open. I'm going to open it up too. This week is Massage Therapy Appreciation Week.
Yeah.
And so with that said, we want to provide our massage therapists with a massage therapist appreciation pricing for next year for $250.
Oh my God.
What does that include?
Registration only. So that's registration only to the conference. That means you will have your classes. We're currently working on, this year we only had lunch and breakfast and of course the dinner. Next year we're working on trying to expand that to having lunch 2 days and some sort of continental breakfast for 2 days. So
wow.
That is a deal. You're getting
that's a great deal.
Plus lunch and breakfast.
So hurry up and get those tickets, right? Is that
yes.
Like hurry up and
So
hurry up and
hopefully you stay and watch to the very end and like, how come I didn't know? Well, you didn't watch to the very end.
You didn't watch.
Right.
So we are doing that. So $250. So make sure you click on the link. And thank you again, ladies. And I'm going to sign off.
All right. It's our pleasure. See you later. Thank you. Bye.